a note of when the interesting bits are happening, so that they can be edited and taken out for clips later on. In the meantime, guys, we're just covering these blueberries at the moment. Currently defending Echo, the German flag, and they have Rift Atomic Titan moving in strong, along with Pink Taco Unicorn. Pink Taco Unicorn sporting the Hardcore League tags. Good to see, buddy. Good to see. Thanks for getting in the platoon there. He is moving up and taking fire as he does it, but he has just managed to get hit hard by I think these guys are called Daddy, but they might be called Dodie, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Guys, if there's anyone in particular that you want to see, then please just let me know. Show me your bitties, and I will throw them up. In fact, let's see if we can find Merciless and see how he's getting on. Oh, Urban. Let's find Urban. I just saw Urban there for a second. Urban up in a plane at the moment. For you guys that aren't aware, Urban is one of the mods on the Battlefield Stream Team chat, so do go check him out. Really nice guy. He also does a lot of streaming live to Twitch and various other social medias. Looks like he's just taking his time at the moment. He's going to be headed in for a hit on this bomber, though. And looks like just losing sight through the fog, but still able to put quite a lot of fire down without too many issues there. It does look like the bomber has a rear gunner, so he's going to need to drop back. Looks like he's doing that, and he's actually going to make the decision to pull off here because his health is significantly reduced. Okay, just look at how well things are developing overall. So, not in keeping with history, the British have actually taken this initial flag capture points lead, and it looks like it's going to be an all cap. However, in reality, the British were to take heavy casualties. Just to explain, guys, the Somme started on July 1st. 1916 and lasted until the 18th of November. It was located on the upper reaches of the River Somme in France. Just a bit of interesting history there. It was also the location that William the Conqueror assembled his army in the Bay of the Somme in 1066 before invading Britain. Intended as a decisive victory after 18 months of deadlock. The Somme was chosen as it was the meeting point between the British and French lines. The Verdun attack on on the French by German forces meant that the British had to take the lead on the Somme Offensive. As I mentioned before, PAL's battalions were recruited in 1914 by General Lord Kitchener. These were relatives, workmates, communities. They were known as Kitchener's New Army. The main chiefs in charge of the attack were General Haig and General Rawlinson. However, they had no prior experience of warfare on this scale. Rawlinson was in charge of the 4th Army, which was in charge of, given the charge of attacking on the first day, and they took the most heavy casualties. And then Haig was basically there to provide the follow-up support and the actual main force of the attack. The Somme offensive was preceded by a 7-day bombardment starting on the 24th of June. The idea of this bombardment was to cut the barbed wire, destroy trench defences and artillery. Over 1.5 million shells were used. Due to the thinly spread gun placement, 2/3 of the shells being fired were shrapnel, 30% of the shells fired. The German artillery and trench defensive positions remained intact. The assault was delayed on the 29th for a further 48 hours due to bad weather. And the and despite the 2 days of extra opportunity to shell the German front lines, there were no shells left to use. The offensive began at 7:30 a.m. and it was led by inexperienced new recruits of Kitchener's new army, who were unable to cope with the tactics, which were quite complex and sophisticated, whilst going up against experienced German forces. Despite the initial artillery bombardment, no damage had been done, or very little damage had been done to the various defensive columns of German infantry, artillery, and machine gun nest. It pretty much from the first day it turned into a war of attrition and would last for another further 2 months. Alright guys, so that's a little bit of history on the Somme Offensive, which is one of the things that we'll be commemorating today, as it's 2017 and it happened. It's actually 101 years since the Somme Offensive, which started on the 1st of July in 1916. So here we are back here 100 years later, or 101 years later, able to sort of sit back, play video games, you know, as a result of the sacrifices that those poor devils made all those years ago. And this is just the battlefield community's way of being able to give back a little bit and recognise those that have gone before us. Alright, just covering red at the moment. The British on Echo, just holding firm. Not too much going on. Hey Storm, what's going on, my brother? Nice to see you. Pink, what's going on, dude? Good to see you all. We've got Stride smashing through fences and walls alike. Almost ran over NG Intense there. How's it going, NG Intense, my buddy? New Generations in the party, ladies and gentlemen. Also got Bob Marley in the background there, trying to put hits down on the tank, getting a few hits there, but unfortunately just getting taken out. And it looks like the 16th and 36 are moving in across from Bravo direction onto Delta. Usually attacking from a position that is elevated, like we are at the moment. Bravo to Delta would be advantageous. However, there is no cover whatsoever between you and Bravo, and it's very easy for you to get caught out in the open. So that's something to definitely bear in mind. Hello, Mason. How's it going, buddy? Might not be in chat much in the event with the Rift guys. Not a problem, dude. No worries. You guys game away. As I say, guys, if you like what you're watching, then don't forget to hit that follow button. Or as well, if you could hit the share, let everyone know that we are streaming this live. I'm just trying to find some of the VIPs at the moment. Just bear with me, guys. Merciless Mink. Alright, Mink is one of the VIPs, and he's one of the guys that you want to be landing your knife in his chest. If you're able to do that, you could just about, and you send the clip off to Xbox One community. If you were the first to do that, then you can claim back on some prizes there. And thank you very much to our latest follower, Dulcar. Nice to have you in the stream, buddy. Welcome to the Hardcore League. If you want to find out a little bit more about us, dude, you can head over to our Facebook page. I'm sure one of our chat mods will be kind enough to put the information up there. Failing that, I will do it now. Just bear with me. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Info. Might be HL info, actually. And that was Mink getting away by the skin of his teeth there. There you go, my buddy. Bit of information about us there. Mink just trying to put down countless rounds, but unfortunately just didn't manage to hold firm there. Oh, dear me. Things are looking pretty hectic, though, between Bravo. We've got a massive offensive by the Germans here. And it looks like they are moving down onto a very lightly defended delta, being held currently by the British. But looking at how firm these guys are moving, a little bit of air action there coming in, but didn't manage to actually do any damage at all there. And as things look at the moment, delta is swamped. So guys, if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that follow button. You are watching live here at the Hardcore League, and I am KLW Hitman Pike, shoutcasting Battle of the Somme commemorative event. This is being brought to you by Xbox One Battlefield 1 Community, in conjunction with Gamers Community, Dice vs Community, iClan's website, Kumazuku Gaming, Kumazuku Enterprise, Profit on Fire, Dante 7, and the other wonderful people throughout the Battlefield community. And things are lit here between Delta and Echo at the moment. It is a clash of the two titans as the German team and the British team come up against each other hard. IMC bodies hitting the floor right, left and centre. This is definitely going to give me nightmares. Could it make the war crime clips? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Tell me what you think, guys. Are we watching a war crime at the moment, or are we watching a fairly even match? Because at the moment it looks like the British are just about to roll in on the Germans, who are only just about to cap Delta, but not quite there yet. They're going to have to put a bit more effort into that, otherwise it's going to be no potatoes. It looks like they've just about managed to cap it though, but whether they're going to be able to hold it, I doubt it, because it looks like this best part of 15 plus British moving in on Delta, and for them I think the war is over. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to redo the stream just to see if that notice we're getting a few frame rate drops occasionally, which I can only apologise for. Twitch has been a little bit unreliable recently. As I mentioned before, guys, if there's anyone you'd like to see, anyone that you're interested in following, then show me your bitties. Just covering at the moment between Delta and Echo, things are still pretty lit. Neither team seems to be able to break through, although the British are fighting a defensive game at the moment. After capturing Delta, they seem unable to move out, and maybe side moving up in this tank is going to give them the opportunity, but right now he is looking in completely the wrong direction. I see where he's going with it now. He's got a pigeon down, and that was an extremely effective pigeon. I think he managed to kill 2 or 3 there, but he is now going to need to drop back out, otherwise it is going to go horribly wrong for him horribly quickly. So guys, like I mentioned before, if you like what you're watching, then please do hit that follow button. We are the Hardcore League, and you are watching Xbox One Battlefield 1 Battle of the Somme. Just think, guys, 101 years ago this was happening for real. The 1st of July to the 18th of November 1916. Heaviest British loss of life in one single day. And it looks like at the moment the Germans are leading the points lead. But that said, the British are close behind them. We only have a points difference of approximately 20. So definitely a lot of room for the two communities to both walk away with a win here, but only one can do, so it's hard to say which way that's going to go. Looking at the overall scale of things, the Germans are going for a flag majority at the moment, but looking at Delta, things are fairly well formed up as the British hold firm. So guys, you might have realised we've actually got a few Hardcore League staff in this event tonight. It's a nice opportunity for those guys to be able to stretch their legs a little bit and participate instead of having to organise or host or shoutcast. So I'm just going to try and land on Mason here for you for a minute, and let's see how Mason's getting on. It's Mason here, founder, staff member and shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. currently up in the attack in the fighter plane at the moment. Would imagine he's running incendiary ammo, so he's going to be really effective against his fellow air. But that said, he's also very vulnerable. He's got to have eyes in the back of his head. The only thing that will that keep you alive is your mobility and your speed when you're in a fighter plane, and fighter biplane, I should say. And that is a lot of friendlies he's got down below him at the moment. As you can see, guys, we are playing core at the moment, so both the teams do have the advantages of being able to use their maps. If you haven't already done so, guys, make a point of hitting that follow button, especially if you like your competitive Battlefield 1. We've got a lot of competitive Battlefield 1 events coming up in the next few hours. And it's going to be an exciting time to get involved. As I say, guys, if you get Merciless Minx tags, and you could be up for a prize, if you send that clip in to Xbox One Community, and they will be giving you a prize, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to pull up the...
Look up, right.
Alright, my apology. Yeah. We will be underway shortly. Oh, Mason just stacking and eating dirt there. That was pretty horrific to see. Just covering Brian at the moment. He's hosting 1918 tags. Not too sure what they represent, possibly the specific date and year itself, but fair play. Brian, I messed up your name last time I shoutcasted you, buddy, and I massively apologise for that, dude. God knows where we go with our... with what we're seeing compared to what's actually there on the page. He's covering Atomic Titan again at the moment. Atomic Titan representing Rift. He's going to be trying to shoot a few cheeky shots through the windmill, but unfortunately that has not gone well for him. Just landing onto Pink Taco here at the moment. Taco is making use of the cavalry as he moves around the far side of Charlie to come at these guys from their rear. And initially, what am I trying to say? No, not been compromised. And alright, I'm just going to cover She Wasn't Ready from 16th here as she moves into Echo, taking shots on a 6 o'clock. Sensible, turned around, and at least covered oneself. It's definitely a good idea. And just covering Bob Marley at the moment. Bob Marley, 007. And that was an epic kill on Duster there. Guys, if you like what you're watching, then thanks for joining us. You are watching Battle of the Somme, hosted by Xbox One Community, to commemorate the 36th Ulster Division, which took incredible casualties during the Battle of the Somme. What's going on, TFR84, my man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that share button, my friend, and I need a drink of water because my voice is dying.
We have lost objective butter.
And just to make you aware, guys, the 36th Ulster Division had an incredible tour, and just to put up, that was the battles that they were involved in. So it's amazing that any of them survived from the initial recruitment drive in 1914 as part of General Kitchener's army. But starting off, you had the Battle of the Somme, and that was in 1916. The Battle of Cambrai in 1917. Battle of Messines and Messines Ridge. Messine. Battle of Passchendaele. Battle of Lys. The Battle of Courtrai. So just an incredible resume of battles there. Absolutely horrendous for them. And just going across the top, guys, we've got a little bit of information there, just regarding the 36th Ulster Division and their time, especially on the Somme, because they performed extremely well. They were one of the few British units to actually capture their initial objective and make gains in their sector. And we're just covering YOLO Maniac, representing from Xbox One community. She is one of the main admins and confidant of Vulpix Vixen. Just getting destroyed by Dougie there. She let her guard down, concentrating on the tank, and just got ruined by a member of Daddy. NG Intense just getting wiped out as he crosses the open there. But looks like Birdie Bomb is getting dropped. But no tomato, unfortunately. Sweaty is in the tank, and he is just holding tight on Echo at the moment, covering it from a slightly setback position, which I can't say as I blame him, allowing the infantry to move up onto the flag and capture from within the confines of Echo Actual. Things are looking pretty crazy here on Echo at the moment. A lot of fire coming in. Delta is secure, but it looks like Foxtrot is dropping, and they are taking fire from Charlie direction as well as infantry contacts. That said, they are managing to cap Echo here with, with very little actual compromise on the flag itself. A lot of it is coming in from Foxtrot and Charlie, and now Delta. But it looks like NG Intense is just going to try his luck here. Unfortunately, just getting shot down by Silent Ghost in the background. But it looks like Deadly Shadow 360 is happy to move up, even though he is significantly compromised on health. Kill Matty in the background there, just holding out strong, managing to just about stay alive, outliving the tank, and he is able to just hold up long enough for Brownie to come in and shoot him on his 6 o'clock. Brownie then getting killed by one of the Pure guys, who is on a little bit of a run at the moment, but Max has been able to end that little kill streak, leaving Nash open to cross the wall and get slaughtered there by Good Dan. Good Dan is now possibly going to come into the eyes of Plowise, of Wise and Harry Gill, and potentially he's going to run into the guys across the road just in the at the moment, Sam Crow and Batman. Fabrinator is covered pretty well here. Let's just have a look how things look from the top-down perspective. The Germans still maintain their flag majority and points lead. Always events when I'm at work. Yeah, no, bad times, dude. You always seem to be working when, like you say, when there's events on. So we've got Dougie here at the moment. He's just covering Foxtrot and no compromises in the immediate future. He does look like he's got Atomic down there. Also in an armor piece, just providing backup in case they start getting compromised. I would imagine they're now in a good position to move down onto Charlie, but that said, that has yet to be seen. It looks like Dougie's going to be moving down to support Echo and possibly even move on to Delta. And it looks like we've got a Behemoth landing in. And the Behemoth is in, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the British side, who are struggling quite a lot, especially compared to last round. They had an incredibly good performance last round, but this round has not gone their way. And it looks like the Behemoth is going to be going to the British. So we'll see whether this actually changes up the map and whether people are able to use it to their advantage, or whether it just gets wasted and shot down. It's already started taking a lot of damage, so it does look like the planes are aware of its presence on the map, and it looks like they are going to be doing something about it. But in the meantime, Kitty Matty in the background, I'll kill Matty. Just moving across from Charlie to Echo, just getting launched though by Sam Crow and his buddies. Not many people able to outrun bullets there, unfortunately. Sam Crow is going to be going up against a lot of the 36 in ahead, and it looks like there's a few chem guys up there as well as DSE, and a few of the other guys just seem pure in there. We've also got Merciless and Mink, so I'm just going to cover Mink here for a second. Mink currently representing the 16th, and fire is definitely hot between the Echo and Foxtrot flag. A lot of contacts going down on the German side. Germans currently got a almost 150 point lead. So the British are going to need to step it up now. It's going to be now or never, because otherwise they are going to just get left behind in the dust of the Germans. So guys, if you do like what you're watching, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that follow button. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the Hardcore League, and you are watching Xbox One hosted Battle of the Somme 36 Ulster's Division commemorative event. And thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. You may or may not realise it, but it's actually 101 years since the first day of the Somme. So in recognition of that, the guys over at Xbox One Community are hosting a commemorative event to recognise and commemorate, you know, just what went on there. Specifically with the 36 Ulster Division, who had outstanding gains and performances, but took heavy casualties in the initial 24 hours of the Battle of the Somme. Just taking a look over towards Delta here at the moment. Looks like Angry Bird is trying to move in. Things to me at the moment say they are in his favour. No one is shooting back at him. He's on their flank, but however, he has started taking shots from Bravo direction. He managed to leave himself wide open, and looks like the one and owning is going to get another opportunity there, because he was going to get taken out, that's for sure. Lots of fire coming in at the moment on Delta flag, but not much in the way of infantry. Things looking pretty full here now on the server. If you're looking at getting involved, guys, just search Battle of the Somme and you will find it, and then just come and join us. If you're in the stream and you want me to follow you, then I'll give you a little follow, guys. Ain't no issue with that. And it looks like things to me are pretty drastic on Echo, as the German side now capture it, leaving the British with very few flags. I think this could be pretty much a done deal here, as the British are struggling. Having not taken their initial objectives and struggling to gain a foothold on the map, I would imagine that they have no option but to retreat back to their own sector. Bloodied but undefeated. Things still hotting up here on Echo as the British make one final attempt to sway it in their favour. Bravo getting dropped in the background there, so let's just take a look at Bravo. And it looks like a few Ps trying to sting across on the left-hand side, but it looks like the British have the majority on this at the moment. That said, I think the Germans are happy that they're close enough for the round to be almost a definite win. But just going to cover Angry Bird getting taken out by King Farron there, and but trying to come up on Farron, able to drop him even though he got the first shots off. And it looks like the German side, the going to be able to retake the British flag with no issues whatsoever. As we move into the last 30 points of the round here, guys, you are watching Battle of the Somme, hosted by Xbox One community. Check them out on Facebook. Shoutcasted by my good self, KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. And if you're able to take those tags, then you will walk away with a prize. Alright, let's just see who... Ooh, let's get down there and just... how this looks from my perspective. And that is a win for the Germans, ladies and gentlemen. In keeping with history, of course. So guys, if you like what you're watching, thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining us here at this Xbox One Battlefield 1 hosted event. Point of checking our partners out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining me. Just swapping maps here at the moment. Just to mention that we are here to commemorate all those involved in the Somme, as it started on July 1st, 1916. And especially the 36th Ulster Division and the Irish contingent, which took incredibly heavy casualties within that first 24 to 48 hours. Okay guys, just to explain a little bit about the Somme. It was an offensive fought between the 1st of July and the 18th of November 1916. It was located on the upper reaches of the River Somme in France, which historically was the same site that William the Conqueror used to assemble his forces before attacking Britain in 1066. Intended as a decisive victory after 18 months of deadlock, the Somme was chosen as it was where the British and French lines met. However, the Verdun attack a few months previously took French resources and soldiers away from the intended attack at the Somme, leaving the British in a situation where they had to provide the main attacking force. In 1914, Lord General Kitchener had created Powell's divisions made up of Kitchener's new army. These divisions were made up of workmates, communities, relatives, and people who have grown up together. They were designed to encourage young men to sign up without fear of feeling homesick or split up. This led to a national boost in recruitment, and as a result, by 1916 this new army was fully recruited and prepared. The Somme Offensive was begun, well, 7 days before they began the actual offensive. On the 24th of June 1916 they began a 7-day bombardment designed to cut the barbed wire that would have been protecting the various defences, and destroy the trenches and the artillery systems that they had in place. Over 1.5 million shells were used, so incredible number of shells there. And thinly spread the guns only weren't that effective. Only two-thirds of the shells fired were shrapnel. 30% failed to detonate, which resulted in the German defences being completely intact when they did come to attacking eventually. However, it was due to be commenced on the 29th of June, but due to bad weather they delayed it to the 1st of July. Just having a look here, guys, we've come into Giants Offensive. And just trying to see who's having a good start to the round. Loser from Not MY seems to be doing quite well, going 4-0. We're just going to cover those toxic costs up in here in the plains for a second, see how he's getting on. Hey Mason, thanks for the host, buddy. And it looks like everyone's gone down. And unfortunately he's going to get slaughtered there. Yeah, and Toxic going down to Angry Bird. Lord of Scrubs currently up at the moment, making use of the level French rifle. And it looks to be the infantry variant. If I'm not mistaken, this comes with 11 rounds. I might be wrong there, it must have either 11 or 8. You guys will have to correct me, to be honest. Urban Marine at the moment covering the plain again. You can go check out Urban on Twitch. He should be live streaming, I would imagine, as he heads in for a hit on Charlie flag. But unfortunately not getting any hits there for the time being. Right, so just looking down at the top-down perspective at the moment, it looks like the Germans are taking the initial points lead and are holding a flag majority with the... sorry, the British are, my bad, with the Germans only holding Alpha and Charlie. Even Bravo is dropping. And I would imagine these guys will be headed straight to Alpha as soon as that's locked down. So potentially we might even look at a... a clan slam. Having a quick look out there, seeing who's doing well. Got Chem Els leading the way, MVP for the German team at 7 kills to 3 deaths, going 2,900 points. He's doing well. And the guys are trying to move across, but they have got contacts in the form of a field gun who hasn't been able to do any effective damage there. Oh, he's just managed to get one of the guys who was trying to put smoke down on him, and he's pulling off, but not in time, just getting taken out by one not owning. And it looks like these guys are in a pretty good position now to take Alpha objective with very little resistance. Just looking at the 360 parameter, and it looks like they are completely clear. Oh, bit of a contact coming down off the hill there towards the spawn, towards the German spawn. But as things are at the moment, they control Charlie and Delta. Bravo is looking firm as well, and Alpha is about to be capped. And Cookie Monster there, just running down the street, pretty on his own though. No support for him available. So things are about to hot up between Bravo as Toxic moves in, well supported, making use of the Martini Henry, which is incredibly powerful.
Enemy medic now. We have lost objective Edward.
And that was just brutal there. Not too sure what Flip's going to be doing here. He's moving around the far side. And looks like he's going to be hitting Delta here for the moment, but he's pretty unsupported as things are. But he is keeping his corners covered there.
We have lost objective Freddy.
My bad, guys. I was just doing a little bit of share-a-rooing there, making sure that everyone could see us. And it looks like Brownie is leading up the offensive between Charlie and Delta. Delta! Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us, new person. Feel free to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, you are welcome to the home of Battlefield 1's largest competitive outlet, Hardcore League. And we are putting a lot of fire down here towards Charlie direction. Brownie just getting slaughtered there though, unfortunately. Miss Dillion making Miss D Lion making use of the BAR. Not too sure where she was aiming that grenade for though.
Ammo! Right there! Need ammo.
A tank hunter kit.
Who's
is
got
available
ammo?
near your location.
I'm wounded! Need help! Someone patch me out!
We have taken objective Freddy.
And a lot of fire coming on these guys here at the moment. But Cookie Monster just going down to miss there, Misty Lion. Misty Lion doing a lot of good covering here at the moment. But unfortunately those blueberries are moving up on those red berries rather hard, and there's very little they can do about this, unfortunately. And this is a slaughter. Oh, Mink's just gone down below me. And the guys all making their way from Delta to Charlie. And it looks like it's going to be one heck of a contact here as these two nationalities go off against each other. And things are just brutal between the two. You can just get an idea for just how a full front it's like watching a head-on car crash, head-on collision. Look at all the death and destruction. Oh, Mink just getting slotted there. His body just getting slotted on top of him. Marine's just sitting there, rocking back and forward, sat in a fetal position, crying for his mama. Boar's trying to burrow down. Just like, these guys are under such intense fire right now. I'm just amazed that any of them are still alive here, to be honest, because that was pretty brutal. Oh, Marine's going for the escape. Oh, I'm willing Marine on to escape, and unfortunately, did he make it? He's still alive. Go on, Marine, get out of it, buddy. Get out of it. You need to don't for the kills. Just live. Just live. Survive. Come on, Marine. Come on, Marine. You gotta survive, man. You gotta survive. Oh, and he was so close to getting out of there, but unfortunately, no such luck. And it looks like the British have it now on Charlie objective. With Pink Taco just out on his own there, taking a lot of fire from these guys. Not a good time to be on your own. You can just get an idea for how many shots were being put down range then. And again, just look at the amount of tracers coming across. These guys do not want to get caught out in the open, and that's exactly what they've got to do to get from Bravo to Delta Charlie. So I'm just going to jump on these guys here. It looks like they've been sensible and got themselves a truck, which I think I'm covering Mink at the moment, but I'm covering Els with Shem, and a lot of fire coming down between the two flags at the moment. These guys probably going to be decamping. Els is out, leaving Green Boy to put pretty effective LMG fire down on their flank, but unfortunately not able to maintain it as there are just too many British to have to concentrate on. Again, look at all the fire going backwards and forwards. It's just incredible the amount of tracers. I'm just going to see if I can find Merciless here for a minute and just put some cover on Merciless. He would be dead, wouldn't he, when I'm looking for him? Bear with me, guys. I'm just assuming he's dead at the moment, so okay, it's not going to happen. No. Or am I looking at the right side? Is it that? Mink, where are you? Need to find you. Okay, I can't find you. I have to find someone else. Ah, there you go. Just covering Mink here at the moment. Apologies about the how long that took far too long. Oh, and thank you to our latest follower. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Let me throw up a little bit of information there for you. And if you want to join us, find out anything more about us, then you can do that following that link. That would be another follow. Thanks, Crabsight. Welcome to the stream, buddy. KLW Hitman Pike, Esports Shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. And you are watching competitive Battlefield 1. Today it's a public event, but a little bit later on we've got multiple competitive shoutcasts coming up. And that'll be starting with Icon versus Strike Team 6 at 8 PM, and that's going to be a 16 versus 16, 8 PM Central. We've got Gammoto at the moment making use of the airbursts, putting shots down on Charlie there. I think these things are wonderful. I really like using them against infantry. Gumbot doing a good job at the moment. He's going 17-2. Obviously been making good use of the armour. And he looks like he's got a large infantry assault coming between Foxtrot and Delta. That he's going to need to really concentrate on.
We are losing objective Duff.
I don't think he's realised that he's got about 5 infantry to his right out in the open with absolutely no cover. Bob Marley covering in the light tank here at the moment, going 10 to 4.
We have lost objective Duff.
He is lighting it up on Delta at the moment, but he's also taking a lot of fire, and he's just managed to go down there. I'm just going to cover Kev here for a minute, because he looks like he's got 2 rookie tops on his 6. Not a good place for him to be at this stage. Hey, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. KLW Hitman Pike here, esports shoutcaster of the Hardcore League.
We have taken objective A.
And you are watching Xbox One Community Battlefield 1 hosted Battle of the Somme.
We have lost objective Apples.
At the moment, just covering the guys between Echo and Foxtrot, because it looks like Foxtrot is oh, sorry, my apologies. Echo is about to drop, and hard. So we have what probably looks like 15 plus infantry representing the British landing on Echo. At the moment, covering between Delta and Echo, as the British make quite an aggressive assault on Delta direction. And as things look at the moment, they are taking very little resistance there. I'm just going to try and sneak in, see if we can get a little inside view there, because I do believe Charlie is dropping now, so it looks like there's a few compromises there. Between Lord of Scrubs and Whippet, and it looks like Whippet walks away with a kill there. And just taking a look back over towards Bravo here at the moment, because we've got a little bit of a situation developing as the Germans retake their position to the east of the river, giving them a not just a foothold on the edge of the map, but quite a dominant foothold. They also own Echo in the background, so they own flags on both sides of the map, which is going to give them an opportunity to come at the British from both sides on Delta and Charlie. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is currently 694 tickets to the Germans and 688 tickets to the British. So a very tight game here as things stand. And it looks like we're still going back and forth at the moment on Bravo. But the Germans do hold it strong at the moment. Mink going in there, just getting murdered by one of the planes. Oh, Broken Toaster just came in and slaughtered so many people. That was just brutal to watch. Okay guys, this is the first match of the event, just to explain. And you've got to basically be going for Angry Birds tags. So if you manage to get Angry Birds tags, or if you're the first person to tag that Angry Bird, then you will walk away with the prize. Next round on Amiens, it's going to be Merciless Mink. And then on Suez, it's going to be Sam Crow. Merciless Mink there, just holding out. Putting a little bit of fire down between the two, and it looks like it's still an incredibly tight round here between the two nations. I keep saying communities because I'm so used to it being two communities facing up against each other, but as you can see, guys, this is a public event, and there are no communities. Well, there are communities, but they're not fighting together. Well, some of them are. To really confuse the situation. Looking back over towards Delta and Charlie at the moment, things are hotting up over here as the two communities face off against each other again. I've just said it, communities, and you can see Angry Bird in the background there. He is the gentleman that you want to be aiming for. 36th Ulster Division, Angry Bird, and he's with the Xbox One community. You can find them on Facebook, guys. But he's moving back up towards Delta at the moment. I would imagine he's probably got some Blood Riders who are going to be providing close cover for him, with him being a VIP. But that has yet to be seen. I don't see any other 36 tags in the near vicinity. What I do see off in the distance, though, is plenty of British. Just get in and cover Broken Toaster here, because Broken Toaster is actually going 51 to 5, which is pretty outstanding kill death ratio. See if we can find him. Broken Toaster making use of the fighter plane. Managing to get a few hits there, but unfortunately no kills.
Return to the combat area.
And it looks like he's coming back in again for another hit on Bravo objective, which looks pretty hot. But unfortunately, again, no kills off that little bomb drop there. Looks like he's pretty much just got Bravo in his sights at the moment. Really concentrating his efforts there. Just managing to get quite a number of kills out of that little bomb run. And I think he managed to get 3 there. So quite impressive, really. And he's just come back again and hit again on Sam Crow. I think Sam Crow was one of his initial victims, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone's just revived him and he's just come in and killed Sam Crow again. So Sam Crow's going to probably be quite upset right about now. Oh, look how they're bolted. Oh, this is going to be a lot of kills. There you go. Yeah. So he's currently going 59, if I'm not mistaken, to 5, which is fairly incredible, to be fair. Definitely.
We are losing objective Duff.
At the top of the screen, guys, there I've just got a little bit of text about the 36 Ulsters. You can do a bit of history and learn about how they coped on in the first 24 hours of the Somme Offensive. One of the few units to actually take its initial objectives at the cost of heavy casualties. Just covering Flat Cap and Whippet, just because I like the name. I think that's a pretty awesome name. And it looks like he's going for the flank at the moment, hoping to get round. This is an incredibly tight game, but the British have not been able to catch up quite on points. So I think the Germans probably do have this, but looking at those flags, depending on which way Charlie goes, the Germans do have the flag majority as things stand.
I need ammo now. Capture that damn objective.
Capture that damn objective. And that's a number of kills there. Going for the repeat again on the Schnitzer Tibbs. And unfortunately no such luck there. Flat Cap Whippet getting taken out. And just covering Executive Monkey. Again making use of the airburst and the gas shells. Very effective against infantry, not so effective against tanks. And it's only really effective against infantry when they're like contained within something like a room. That's when the... Oh, look at that. That was just good chiming. He's going to need to go in for the reload there quickly. And that's a win for the German Empire. So congratulations to the Germans. You know, not like the actual... Not the Wehrmacht, not the real German army. I'm not like congratulating them because that would be improper. So guys, just to remind you, we've got Icon versus Strike Team 6 coming up at 8 PM Central tonight, and that is going to be a 16 versus 16. So do keep an eye out for that, as that will be starting in the next few hours. We also have a number of other events coming up. Icon versus Ace, 3 PM 12 versus 12 on Sunday. Ono versus SWAT, 6 PM Central, 24 versus 24. Eye for an Eye versus Lottel, 9 PM Central, 12 versus 12. So do keep an eye out for all those matches, ladies and gentlemen. They will be worth swinging by and watching. We've got teams making their debut with us this weekend here at the Hardcore League, and you wouldn't want to miss that. And here we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Hardcore League. Thanks for joining me. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster, and you are watching Map 2 Round 1 here at this Xbox One Battlefield 1 community hosted event. And just as I say that, information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, so do take a look and do go over to their website and give them a like, give them a follow, give them a share. or for those of you so inclined, give them a shallow. And it is a foggy morning here at Amiens as we play this Battle of the Somme commemorative event in memory of the 36th Ulster Division, amongst others who were involved in that great campaign. And looks like Bob Marley is getting the drop with the Hell Regal defensive on Rayman. And just jumping back in to the tabletop view here for a minute, looking at how the two nations form up, as the Germans appear to be falling slightly behind as the British take the initial flag lead and points lead. That said, Germans could push through on the left-hand flank, but if they don't push through soon, then the British are going to be able to pin them. So let's just cover Captain Barndor at the moment, who's on the 6 o'clock of the British, laying down some pain, and just unfortunately going down there, going back onto Ken Greenboy here. He's making use of himself by being a medic. And good to see that guy barely hit the floor before he got revived. Oh, and thank you to our latest follower. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Always nice to have new followers. There you go. Let me put up a bit of information just so you can find out a bit about what you've just got involved with in the chat. Welcome, Pastel. Thanks for joining us, buddy. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the Hardcore League, and you are watching Battle of the Somme commemorative event. Of course, for those of you who aren't aware, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually the 101st anniversary of the commencement of the Battle of the Somme. At 7:30 in the morning, the attack began. It had been preceded by 7 days of intense artillery bombardment, which had actually failed in its objectives of cutting the German barbed wire and destroying the trench systems. Unfortunately, it left them intact. This was owing to the guns being spaced out too thinly, the artillery pieces. The artillery itself, 2/3 of it was shrapnel, which were completely inappropriate for firing and destroying, reinforced positions. Approximately 30% of the shells did fail to detonate, and this resulted in the German defences being left very much so intact. Mixture of this and the Somme Offensive being led by PAL's divisions, which have been recruited in 1914 and were now only just being deployed in 1916 for the first time with no prior combat experience, were expected to lead the Somme Offensive, utilising sophisticated and very complex trench warfare tactics, which overwhelmed them very quickly. And as a result, the more experienced German soldiers were able to mow them down in there, literally hundreds of thousands within the first 24 hours. It was the single biggest British loss of life ever in the history of British warfare, and it resulted in us never really recovering our strategic strength. So guys, just looking at how things are progressing here at the moment, it would appear that as things are, the British have been able to overcome that initial flag lead that the Germans had. Sorry, my bad, the Germans have been able to overcome that initial flag lead that the British had, pushing through to Alpha and making their presence known here. I would imagine their next objective will be Bravo. And at the moment, Bravo is very thinly defended. So as things are, looks like Slick is going to be going on the flank, but he's possibly going to get caught out there by Eki, who's just moving around on his 6 o'clock. Captain Barndor, Green Boy, Yolo, and Tropican all moving up. And it looks like sounds like someone's got a flamer down there at the moment. or making use of shake and bake grenades. And looks like the Germans have been able to manipulate this situation on Bravo. And it looks like the British are taking a firm points lead now, with 230 points to the Germans 170. Unfortunately, they are struggling to catch up on those flags at the moment, as the Germans and the British are holding even. Looking at the spread of the map, the Germans are very much pushed into their parameter of the map. It looks like there might be a little bit of opportunity for this chap to get a flag on the 6, but he's going to need some squad mates to spawn on with him. It looks like everyone's going to die in this situation. Eki was just managed to drop him there, which pretty much clears up all the red of behind blue lines. So just have a look over the... No, looks like more red just died. Actually, we've got an attack on Charlie and Delta simultaneously. So it looks like these guys are looking at just splitting the German forces between the two flags. Charlie is getting held firm, but it looks like Delta is being an issue, and the Germans are definitely concentrating their defense on Delta objective, with Ahmed and Tropicant covering Charlie. I wouldn't imagine they're going to be able to get that back on their own, as we've got an entire enemy squad, British squad just below the bridge, putting down a good level of fire and defence. So guys, if you like what you're watching, thanks for joining us. Welcome to Battle of the Somme commemorative event in the memory of the 36th Ulster Division and the various other young men who fought from all the nations in that horrific event. Taking a lot of fire between Delta and Foxtrot direction at the moment, but the guys do seem to have it locked down on the British side as they capture underneath the bridge. I feel a cool evolution event would be for these bridges to be able to be destroyed and rebuilt. That would be quite a good part to the game mode, I think, is having to destroy or rebuild a bridge under fire, depending on what the situation is. A lot of fire coming down from the Germans there onto the British position at Delta. Unfortunately, looks like they aren't able to do much about that. And 10 minutes in here, guys, and it looks like both the communities are starting to play catch up with each other a little bit. The Germans are at 287, just nipping at the heels of the British, who are running in the lead with 59 tickets. As things are at the moment, I would imagine from their performance last round, the Germans do not stand a very good chance of surviving and being victorious here. That said, there is good opportunity for them to come back. We will see. Just still covering Delta here at the moment, as it's still quite heavily compromised. Hey, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Welcome to the home of exclusive, large-scale, competitive Battlefield 1. It's a mouthful. Some crow just going down in the distance there. And just having a look up and around, see where the cameras take me. Looks like Foxtrot is holding firm at the moment, but we've got Whistle headed round in an armour piece there, just running people over. And King Farron just trying to return fire there, putting the kill down on Super Jam, and lost it from MI, just getting the revive on him at the moment. as things are looking, I wouldn't imagine Foxtrot is going to be an easy capture for the, or an easy defence, should I say, for the Germans. It looks like Orny Whistle is literally running rings around them. Hey Rambo, what's going on, dude? Thanks for joining the stream. Welcome on board. Don't forget to hit that share button, my friend. And looking at the top-down display, guys, as things look at the moment, it looks like the British are holding firm on Delta Charlie, using that as their main base of operations, splitting the Germans in two, being able to utilise that and capitalise on that to maintain their points lead, 450 points to Germany's 368. So, you know, with that kind of point lead developing, it's not game over yet, but the Germans definitely need to step up their game for the last 500 points of this. Otherwise, we're potentially going to be looking at a loss on their part. Just looking at Crown Prince at the moment, he's just come in, tried to get the drop on Bob Marley, but unfortunately got slaughtered. Going to see who's doing well at the moment. We've got Els representing Chem going 32 to 10 as MVP. Salty Ain't You going 18 to 12. So let's see if we can catch up with Kells. Els even. Bear with me, guys. There's Els. Having a really good game here at the moment, running MVP. Making use of the RSC 1917, very effective rifle, does a lot of damage, even from the head. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that, I'm good, Rambo, thank you. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night, Battlefield 1 gaming. Are you in this event, or are you just sitting back relaxing, prepping for a match later? Oh, Jess, no! God damn it. Sorry, I'm being attacked by my cat. How's it going, puss? You're good, say hi. No, Jess, don't. Claws, Jess. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to, my cat decided to like half jump on me and then fall off me and then use the claws to try and get back on. Is NGG Intense playing in this? Yes, he is, my friend. I've let me drop in on him for a second. See if I can find him here. He was here before anyway. He might not be now. Let me look. Little shout out for new generation gamers who have just dropped into the chat. These legends have recently signed up with the Hardcore League and are looking for matches currently. I believe they are actively recruiting as well, so if anyone's interested in joining a team that's just getting newly started out, then this might be a good opportunity. Jess, where are you going? Stop it. She's seen something. She wants to kill it, and now she's going to kill me. No, she's managed to stop it. Don't, no. Oh, that's what it is. It's my blueberry muffin. She likes blueberry muffins, apparently. Alright, I can't actually find this guy at the moment. No, must not be on. Sorry, dude. That was a good look as well. So I'm just going to cover Southern Swag here, who's representing Pure. And, and they are capping out on down on Echo at the moment. You chilling at the moment? That's good, bud. I can't believe it, but it's raining here at the moment. I don't know whether like a storm's rolling through or something, but it's raining, which is ridiculous. It's like 1st of July. It's meant to be summer. Hey Phipps, what's going on, my brother? Thanks for joining us here today. Just currently representing a bit of Xbox One, Battlefield 1 community eventage going on. You can join us here at the Battle of the Somme. That's all you have to do is search Battle of the Somme. And you can find out a few more details about the event on the Hardcore League Facebook page.
An enemy armored train is en route.
Of course it's raining. You live in Scotland. Of course it's raining. Oh, get a grenade down there, Southern. Alright, getting a few hits there with Splendor. I think he's used in the factory or the extended, I'm not too sure.
Losing objective Edward.
There's some first aid.
We have lost objective Butter. We have taken objective Freddy.
Let's go and see how things look from the other perspective. And that is a lot of dudes running towards you. Looks like the British are coming in on Echo and overwhelming it. As the hold the points flag lead at the moment. Dry down in Bristol, went over cloudy, but nothing yet. It's been sunny for once. Oh, come on now, you live in Bristol, of course it's going to be sunny. It's like sunny every day, you live in the south. But then again, you're on the sea, so maybe not. My buddy lives in London, he said it's just been like non-stop pure sunshine. London seems to get just loads of sunshine. Gets. Alright, just covering here on Bravo at the moment, and it looks like the Germans are holding out pretty strong with efforts being put down on Charlie to recap it, but not effective enough at the moment. Bob Marley is running through in the light armour, making very effective use of it at the moment. The Germans have also been able to utilise the train and have brought it into the middle of the map to capture Charlie. This is definitely going to change things, and there isn't a massive points ratio deficit, so I definitely think that the Germans are potentially in a position of capping here. You just saw a shell completely decimate a house in one hit. That is incredible. I love the damage this thing does. For those of you not aware, you can literally decimate Amiens. Look, there you go, good example of it there. The Levolution coming into effect. Now just imagine there's an enemy squad sat below that. That's what you can do to them. You can just literally rain debris down onto them, which is what I'd be doing right now. I'll be aiming for these multi-story buildings on the left-hand side of the street, and we're trying to hit the, collapse them down on the infantry below. Extremely effective way of getting multi-kills. Looking at the moment, looks like Goddess is pretty much on her own, and it's, yep, gone down unfortunately. A lot of heavy artillery coming in. Looks like the guys are going to be making an attempt on Charlie. Hey, thanks for our latest follower. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Very kind of you to join us. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, eSport shoutcaster with the Hardcore League, and you are watching Battlefield's biggest, exclusive, most professional, most dedicated, competitive league. Mustang 200355, welcome to the stream, my man. Thanks for stopping by. It's just water, Jess, you can't eat it. There you go, a little bit of information in the chat there for you, Mustang, about who we are and what we do. Just covering Charlie at the moment. Things are looking pretty slick between the two objectives. A lot of fire coming in from towards Bravo direction. We've got a couple of heavy tanks that can make a difference to this, but that was the sound of the Behemoth getting completely destroyed there, I do believe. So that leaves the Germans with not much opportunity to regain on the points they have lost as we move into the last 200 points here of the game. British making another attempt to move up on Delta Charlie position. However, with the two armour pieces currently covering Charlie, it's hard for them to gain a foothold. As things are at the moment, Southern Swag is able to push up on Broken Toast to 6 o'clock, doing a lot of damage Broken Toaster being very vulnerable to hits there, and I wouldn't imagine this is going to go down too well for him, because it looks like his friend Solo in the tank, DSE Solo, has not moved up. But that said, looks like he's just about to hold it together there. I'm not too sure whether someone's repaired him or whether he just repaired himself. But both tanks are destroyed now, and the third tank is destroyed, so that's the armour taken off Charlie flag. This is now an infantry fight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is very true. The weather is incredibly unpredictable and boring. I suppose it's good it's boring. I'm not complaining at that. You can just see, guys, how the map has changed, how that evolution has really come into effect, how these buildings, you know, that train was probably here for no more than 5 minutes, and yet it's come in here and it has completely leveled aspects of Amiens. Yeah, this is true. It's Britain, it's unpredictable. That's so true. And things are hotting up between Charlie and Bravo again as the Brits hold firm and refuse to give way to the offensive coming over from Bravo. Could you show the scoreboard? Certainly can, Phipps. Not a problem, my brother. There you go. There you go, my friend. Right, just going to look down at the top-down perspective as we move into the last 80 points of the round. Sorry, Jess, but you just literally almost turned off my computer. Must not do this. We move into the last 70 points of the round here, and it looks like the Brits are actually struggling to hold their points, their flags and their objectives, with only Charlie and Foxtrot and potentially Echo as a fullback. These guys, the Germans, could be still in a position where he could swing it, but realistically I think it's going to be very hard for them to do that. So I'm just going to roll in at Bravo here and land on pure loser from MY, who's just gone down to one of the Germans there in the background, sorry, one of the British there in the background as they try and take this British flag. They have smashed the map up, absolutely, buddy. That is evident to be seen. And Dougie just getting the kill there. And unfortunately, that looks to be the last of the Germans on the British flag at Bravo. Harun's facing off in direction, hoping to put some sniper fire down, but no targets at the moment presenting themselves. Looks like he's making use of one of the semi-automatic rifles. And someone moving up on his map, whether he's noticed that. A lot of people moving up on the Charlie objective there. And if I was him, I'd be backing out of here because it really does not look like a good place to be right about now.
We have taken objective Edward.
Ich flick dich zusammen. Ich versorg keine Wunden.
I think that guy's called Han Solo. Yeah, that guy's definitely called Han Solo. So congratulations to the British side there. If you did manage to get a kill on Merciless Minx tags there, or Angry Birds tags, then do send a clip of you doing that off to the Xbox One community, and you could win a prize. So congratulations to those guys in advance. And the 36th taking best squad there. Congratulations to them, epic performance. And we're seeing some amazing kill death ratios there between the various communities. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting again shortly with the third and final map here of the Xbox One Battlefield 1, sponsored by Knights vs. iClan's website. No 3-minute mark here, guys, and we are straight off into round 2. To give you an idea, guys, these were the battles that the 36th Ulster Division was represented in, and as you can see from the dates and the names of the battles, those were some fairly horrendous battles. You sound knackered. Yeah, I am a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm trying to. It's because I'm trying to keep my sleeping pattern decent. So I've been going to bed early recently, and I will be having to jump to bed after this is done. So I won't be on for any of the actual competitive matches, but should be soon enough.
Take an objective butter.
And it looks like a bit of a front line developing between Charlie and Delta here. Just going to cover Spuff Daddy here for a minute with the 36 Ulsters. That is an amazing name. Just going down to Fearsome Merman. And that was just pretty incredible there. Oops, apologies about the frame rate drop there, guys. I'd blame it on the British weather. Charlie Bravo looking a little bit hotting up at the moment, but it looks like the Ottomans are making use of the cover on Charlie. And the British doing likewise, making use of the cover on Bravo. Going to cover Sam Crow here at the moment. He looks like he's balls deep on it, and just getting sliced in half by Fearsome Orphans Martini Henry. Wow, he just didn't stand a chance there. Just covering Poison Dwarf at the moment. My buddy Poison Dwarf, admin over at the Xbox One Battlefield 1 community Facebook page, just managed to get a kill with his gas grenade there, firing off a few spotting flares as well in the meantime. Definitely not a bad idea. Give me a second, guys. I'm just sharing the...
We have lost objective Charlie.
And just covering Stu still here at the moment as he moves in, covering Charlie, between Delta and Charlie. And looks like he's pretty clear at the moment, so he's happy he's in a position to move up. Covering those sand dunes nicely. Looks to be a couple of contacts far side of the berm from him, but not quite within his eye line at the moment. Gonna have a look at how things are looking from the top-down perspective. Just getting onto Urban Marine here for a minute. Looks like he's setting his objective as Charlie, following his squad leader's orders. And it looks like things between Charlie and Bravo are hotting up again at the moment. Doesn't seem to be where the focus of the map has been. And as things stand at the moment, this is an incredibly tight game. Both the communities running within a couple points of each other, very even. Hey guys, if you like what you're watching, thanks for joining us. KLW Hitman Pike here, esports shoutcast with the Hardcore League, and you are watching Battle of the Somme commemorative event dedicated to the 36th Ulster Division. This has been hosted by Xbox One Battlefield 1 community and shoutcasted and brought to you by Hardcore League. And on Bravo at the moment, things are still looking incredibly hot here. But that said, it looks like the British have been well and truly knocked off the objective. The Ottomans holding very firm. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. If you're just tuning in, don't forget to hit that follow button. Oh, you've already done it. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome, new follower to the Hardcore League. Let me put up a little bit of information for you, and you can follow that link and find out all about us. And the battle is just looking terrifying at the moment. And welcome, Chimp74. Thanks for following us, buddy. Do keep an eye out. We've got 8 PM Central. We've got Icon versus Strike Team 6. That's going to be a 16 versus 16 Conquest Large Open Caesar ladder event. Do make a point of stopping by. In fact, it won't be long till it's starting. Looks like Bravo is now secure with the British moving in without much resistance. The Ottomans have been pushed back to Delta. This has been a very new development literally in the last few minutes of the game. Up until now the Ottomans have been holding firm as far as Bravo, but they lost Charlie on their 6 o'clock. It undermined Bravo and the British were able to come in, and despite the high number of Ottomans on the flag, were able to devastate them, leaving Charlie now vulnerable, but they are holding firm. Captain Barndor running in there, and it looks like Urban Marine is just going to get the drop. And Urban Marine dropping and getting someone's tags there, but Crown Prince returning the compliment and stabbing him brutally. Charlie flag now holding out firm. But that said, we have only a points difference of approximately 40 points at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, with a points lead to the British at 298, to the Ottomans 251. As you can see, the British are leading comfortably at the moment, but they could do with stepping up their offensive, otherwise the Ottomans will catch up with them, especially as the British currently only hold Bravo and Charlie. Delta looking like a hive of activity on behalf of the British team at the moment. Urban Marine making his way across the open, unfortunately getting tagged by Misty Lion. And we have Dougie moving around in a Charmand, attempting to get onto the flank of the British. However, initially unsuccessful. Potentially might consider pushing up a little bit further and going for a birdie bomb. as the objective between him and Delta is incredibly hot. Making an attempt, and he's gone for that birdie bomb, and unfortunately it doesn't look like he was able to quite get any kills there. Should have pushed in a little bit closer to Delta, but it's easy for me to say that as I can see everything that's going on as Hitman Pi in the sky. So guys, thanks for joining me here at this Battlefield 1 Memorial event. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, and you are watching Hardcore League. Is there any room on this server? There should be, buddy. If you get in, yeah, looks like there's one slot. It's 32 to 31. I would imagine there'll be a bit of a queue. But if you just type in Battle of the Somme on Xbox One, you'll see it. Just stop it with the claws. What's the name? Battle of the Somme, my friend. And, oh, Jess, no, with the claws. Claws. Between Charlie and Delta, things appear to be hotting up a little bit. The British only just holding out there at Charlie. That's quite a large offensive. They've got a vanguard to go up against the Ottoman vanguard on Delta. And I would imagine Charlie is going to be made very unpleasant for them very quickly. Blue on red galore here between Bravo and Charlie as the two teams are getting into a front line situation. A lot of contacts. Both are in solid locations, so as things hold out at the moment, the Ottomans do have a flag majority as they cap Echo on their 6 o'clock, holding Charlie strong. But that could easily sway in favour of the British, who are currently running with 422 points to the Ottomans 380. But Charlie looks like its left flank could be dropping. This might give them an opportunity to get in and manipulate the situation in their favour. But that said, the fire coming out of Charlie at the moment is incredibly intense and incredibly accurate. Seeing a lot of red on blue deaths at the moment. What's up, Jess? And just covering between Charlie and Delta at the moment. Things are still holding out just about at Charlie, but the British are making a concerted effort to make it... Sorry, my bad, dude. It's the Somme, as in Sierra, Oscar, Mike, Echo, the battle, Somme. I think I'll type it out for you. Oh, stuck. There you go, Somme. Not Sim. There are no Sims here. That's my apologies. What do you want from me? Why are you clawing at my chest, puss? No worries, dude. Anytime, man. Hope you enjoy the game. Don't forget to hit that follow button, my friend. You won't regret it. A lot of contact between the two objectives at the moment. Bravo's still holding out strong, but the Ottomans are holding firm on Charlie, and they haven't lost Delta Echo. Looking down at the tabletop view, and it doesn't look like the British are able to get any units past their lines, but possibly Pex might be going for a right flank manoeuvre here. And he might be in a position to hit Echo here, but he has got a New World Order on his 6 o'clock. who potentially is going to be an issue. Taking shots at him, but that's just landing off his armor, and New World Order making a concerted effort with that that sword. Yeah, Peck's going down. That was unfortunate. He was so close to getting down. But he has managed to draw a little bit of the attention off Charlie. But as things stand at the moment, the Ottomans are definitely in a position where I think they're going to bring this back. The British are really struggling here. We've got one more cavalry making an attempt, but he's got to get past two cavalry and one sniper in the background. So I don't hold out for him, really, to be honest. It's definitely a brave, concerted effort, but these guys are just too aware that people are on this flag. You might want to hit Delta if there's, you know, potentially other people out there in your squad that can hit Delta. This would be a good opportunity whilst they're distracted, but yeah. Oh, unfortunately, just going down there, and that looks to be like the last of. Got Sam Crow in the background here, who's very deep behind enemy lines, making an. Hello, that was. Oh, he actually managed to get that. Well done to Sam Crow, who got an epic kill on the armor there, and I just landed on it just in time. As things look at the moment, it's still not very pretty. Just why are you pulling on my top? Do you want a selfie? Is that what you want to do? This doesn't really work for me, Jess, I have to admit. I'm trying to shoutcast sweep. I love you too, sweetheart. Yeah, you're a little puss, aren't you? Hey, hey, Dante, what's going on, my brother? Thanks for the host, my friend. That is awesome. Currently, we are just very much deep on the third and final map here of this public event, hosted by Xbox One Battlefield 1 community, shoutcasted by myself, KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. And as things stand between the two flags at the moment, Charlie and Bravo is lit. Oh, just a little bit of a frame drop there, guys. My apologies. The amount of red at the moment on Bravo does look firm, but they are surrounded on at least two flanks. Are there any rules for this match? No, my friend, you just participate. I would imagine all the prizes have probably been claimed by now, but there's nothing to stop you coming in. This is a memorial match to represent the 36 Ulster Regiment Division, which took incredibly heavy casualties in the first 24 hours of the Somme Offensive, and it's actually 101 years since the Somme Offensive today, so it's just a bit of a memorial match by the Battlefield 1 community to represent that, but no rules. At the moment, the Ottomans have managed to take over the lead with 679 tickets to the British's 670 tickets. British really took their fingers off the pulse, and now they are in a situation which they're going to struggle to come back from. With only minor amounts of British behind enemy lines here, things are not looking good in this situation as things stand. Hey guys, if you like what you're watching, then please make a point of hitting that follow button. You've just joined into the home of Battlefield 1's biggest, most professional, most dedicated, epic scale competitive outlet. If you like competitive Battlefield 1, then here's the place to get involved. At the moment, Bravo flag are looking incredibly hot. A lot of contacts coming in from both directions. The Ottomans making concerted effort now to really overwhelm Bravo area. And yeah, all that leaves them with is Alpha. So the British really are up against it at the moment. Looks to be like someone's just dropped a birdie bomb in. And it looks like it was Dougie getting a number of hits there. Bravo flag is now falling as the British take, as the Ottomans take a flag majority, a point majority on the objective, and Bravo is holding firm for the Ottomans at the moment. British are thinly spread out, and it looks like they are going to be getting pushed out of Bravo objective. You can just see there, guys, how the two teams are formed up. We've got the Ottomans, who are quite tightly bunched up, making part of a vanguard, although we have got a breakout now on the right flank. So a potential, definitely a potential breakthrough here as Finnegan moves in to Echo with no obvious resistance there. So this could be the turning point here, because there isn't that much of a lead in between points at the moment. It's only just in the last few minutes that the British have lost their points lead. So with only 60 points to, between them, the two communities can definitely square up nicely. And as things go at the moment, Optimize has just had Broszilla move in on his position. Dougie is moving up as well, potentially as armour, to support Orphan, who is putting fire down on Optimize. Delta is losing Delta is definitely gonna bring guys off the main flag on Bravo, and just looking at that quickly to see what the behaviour of the team is now that they know they've lost flags on their 6 o'clock. Will they be cocky because they have an 80 points lead and there's only best part of 150 points left in the round, or will they be responsive? It does look like they're making an attempt on Alpha, as we want to have one person making concerted effort to get Alpha. That is Manx, IOM, representing Daddy, and it has to be said that he is a very brave individual, currently massively outnumbered by multiple infantry, and it looks like unfortunately he just managed to go down there despite his valiant attempt. 87, what's going on, my man? Thanks for joining us here, and thanks for the host. That is massively appreciated, dude. Please do get involved. Please head over and to Xbox One Battlefield 1 and check out Battle of the Somme. Just search it into your servers and you can come check us out, buddy, because things are lit here at the moment. Xbox One Battlefield 1 community hosting this event tonight and being shoutcasted by my very good self, KLW Hitman Pike, and being brought to you by the Hardcore League in partnership with Gamers Community, Dice Versus Community, and all the wonderful streamers and partners we have out there. So as we move into the last 100 points of the round here, guys, this could go either way. This has been an incredibly tight game between the two communities. Just going to take a look at who's running the scoreboard, and Kem Gruff is going 30-16 and Dougie is going 44-8. And as things look at the moment, the British are definitely in a position to take this lead from the Ottomans that they've managed to gain in the last 15 or so, in the last 5 or so minutes. But the Ottomans definitely not in a good position now. They need to get onto these flags, and quickly, but the flags are all crazy hot. Mr. Bubbles going down to Yoking Soul there. Yoking Soul just going a little bit crazy there and a little bit berserk. He definitely had a good run. And with the Ottomans only holding Echo, things are looking drastic as we move into the last 70 points of the game. There's very little time now for the Ottomans to be able to respond to this. Looks like they're sending a light skin vehicle straight to Charlie Delta objective, but they are going to need to hit more than one objective at once, ideally getting as far back as Alpha and avoiding Bravo Charlie as it's already so hot. Things are incredibly hot from my perspective here on Bravo. Brits holding firm, and it looks like they are neck and neck. This is a 2-horse race as we move into the last 50 points of the round, and it does look like the Brits have just managed to take the lead off the Ottomans there. The British now holding firm at Charlie. All they have to do is hold these 3 flags for the next 25 seconds, and they have this, ladies and gentlemen. The British coming in firm, and the Bravos defending firm on Delta, making it extremely hard for either team to persist and take a flag effectively. You're going to give me a kiss, or you just want my blueberry muffin? Sorry, I was just talking to my cat Jess there. If you want me to shoutcast someone specifically, guys, then just show me your bitties. Things are, for the last 30 points of the round here, it looks like both teams have just gone full apocalypse on each other, and I'm seeing a seriously reduced amount of Ottomans and British compared to what started out a couple minutes ago on this objective. Guys, if you haven't already done so, please make a point of hitting that follow button. That was a good firm win to the British there. We almost had it to the Ottomans, but the British were able to win it by 16 points. So congratulations to both community and all those involved. It's been wonderful streaming this event that's been brought to you by the Xbox One Battlefield 1 community. Just to mention, if you want to find out any details about this event, you can head over to the Hardcore League website or the Facebook page, where all the details are available. In the meantime, guys, in approximately 45 minutes to an hour, we do have Icon versus Strike Team 6, which will be our first competitive event of the night. In the meantime, I've been KLW Hitman Pike, eSports Shoutcaster with the Hardcore League, and you guys have been great. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to catching you in the near future.